think they made it look amazing.
Death Becomes Her on Broadway. Let's talk about it. It's the next morning. We saw the show last night. I felt like I needed a night to sleep on it, and now I'm ready to talk.
Fine.
Let's start with Megan Hilty. Let's start there.
Yes.
I have waited my whole life to see Megan Hilty live on stage. She did not disappoint. So beautiful.
She's not changed.
So beautiful. You can tell that it's definitely been built on her, specifically vocally, because it all sits in that really nice soprano place, and then she'll have these odd moments where she can really unleash that like brassy Broadway belt. So to me, it's very like quintessential Megan Hilty, which I loved. Same with Jennifer Simard, all of her stuff sits in that like big brassy Broadway place, which is quintessential Jennifer Simard. So from the get-go, you can tell that it's like been built on those two women, but they complement each other.
They're amazing.
Like bread and butter, baby.
They are icon level status.
Yes, yeah. Moving on to Jennifer Simard, she is so funny. Jennifer Simard is so funny, and the thing is, I think people sleep on Jennifer a bit because I feel like most people are showing up knowing Megan from Smash, and Jennifer might be very like unknown to a lot of the audience. I feel like a lot of people might be showing up for Megan, but I hope a lot of people are leaving also obsessed with Jennifer because she is so good. She's so funny. She's so funny in a way that not a lot of people can pull off, you know? And I also think Megan's delivery and the character choices she has made is that her delivery most of the time is very like over the top presentational, which is perfectly met by Jennifer's like cut and dry sense of humor. So Megan's kind of rhythm is like and then Jennifer's like no. And that's kind of like the baseball game they're playing the whole time, and it just works so well. And Megan will like gear up and then Jennifer just go and then the audience are like, they've lost it. So the kind of whatever the scientific rhythm they have going between them, they've just aced it. They've aced it, so that's why they're like so perfectly cast in this.
Also, can we talk about the ensemble?
Okay.
Amazing.
The most beautiful group of people I've ever seen in my life. Direction and choreography by Christopher Galetti. Come on.
Insane.
Come on.
Incredible.
How would you describe the choreography? Very technical jazz with a hint of sex.
It's like if Fosse wasn't broken. Do you know when you do this?
It's exactly that.
Yeah, but
it's
they
like,
keep everything
straight. Do you know what it was
straight.
to me? It's Fosse meets like Michael Bennett, a chorus line. Christopher Saber as Ernest.
He was amazing.
Loved him. And the thing about that, right, I feel like because you have Megan and Jennifer at the forefront and they're taking such big swings, it would have become so easy for Ernest to get completely lost, especially because the theatre's probably mostly women and gay men who just want to see the women, and like any male part, it's like, oh, shut up. But you can tell that he himself is so funny and also has his own like rhythm going on. So when he did have opportunities to shine, he basically did every single time. And he managed to find his own wee moments of like camp comedy in and amongst the madness of...
His song was really good.
Yeah.
Really great.
And he had really, really great moments that you can tell came from him, like, unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Wee moments like that I'm like, yeah. Christopher, baby, you understand the camp element.
Also, can we talk about the body doubles?
Yeah. So
They were so brilliant.
They make so much use of body doubles in the show for Megan and Jennifer, but they don't hide the fact that for the most part it is men.
So funny.
But again, it just adds to the campness of it, which we love, and how they do all the special effects, the staircase scene, all of it. It's so great. And I remember watching like a podcast interview that Megan did, and she talked about how when they were trying the show out of town in Chicago, they tried it with a stunt double just falling down the stairs, but in this really camp over the top world they're trying to create, just watching someone point blank fall down the stairs was really like distressing, whereas the version that they've came up with here in the world they created, I think works so well and
So
it's hilarious.
And
It goes on for like a minute and a half, the falling down the stairs, you know what I mean? And the hole in the stomach.
That was genius. I loved that.
That was great. It was all great.
The arrow.
Yes!
Let's wait. Is that an ambulance? God, I hope they're all right. Do you do that? Irish people do that when they hear an ambulance, they cross themselves. I'm not religious,
You
but I
guys
still
are
do
nice.
that.
I've never thought to do that. Also, I'm not
Michelle Williams. Michelle Williams, she is singing. She is singing.
Beautiful as well.
Her entrance at the beginning was life-changing.
She comes up through the pit and she turns around, and this collar she has on, it looks like...
It looks like you're inside a crystal. You know, there's like those crystal lamps. And it's like you cut it in half, and it's got like shards of crystals.
Very
beautiful.
It's quite the role. It's because she's not on stage that much in the grand scheme of things. It's deceptively like, it's a really big sing. Because anytime she is on stage, she is singing, but the songs are, it does feel like they've been built on her, because it's musical theatre meets pop, and it's like she has all her own inflections in there that are clearly very natural and fit her well. But it's like the songs are massive and she executes them so well.
She's like the narrator. That's the part is like a narrator. It pops up randomly and then has this massive song.
But vocally, like how she's executing the songs is so impressive and so easy for her. And she did she has a number in Act 2. Don't Say I Didn't Warn You. That's like her serving cunt. I loved it.
Talk about costumes. What I do love is there's a part when Megan and Jennifer have these gorgeous dresses on, which is on the posters, and I love that Megan's is all twisted and that Jennifer's got like, it looks like the gun.
Yeah, so the dresses are kind of representing like the hole in the stomach and the twisted neck and stuff. And yet I love how they like transform them into being younger. Their boobs and the cleavage. I think half the budget on the show has went into their boobs, making their boobs look like that. It looks unbelievable. Like there's certain numbers in the show that I like. Jennifer has a number quite soon into the first act, before Tell Me Ernest, and that's for. It feels like a Roxy and Velma moment where it's like constant one-upmanship, because one of them will do a song and you're like, oh my god, she's amazing, and then the next one will come out and be like, no, because now I have a song, and it's this constant one-upmanship in the best way, kind of like it is in Chicago. But then Megan has a song a little bit later in the first act, which is like her breakdown song, which is so good. And then she also has a line in it that like, make them remember who the fuck you are. And for a moment it feels like it's not Madeline, it's Megan Hilty singing that, because like, we do remember who the fuck you are, Megan Hilty, Broadway baby, icon. And
so Helen's song that Jordan was just talking about, my favourite thing about that is the fact that it takes the original underscore
like
and then starts into a song.
Yeah.
And it's like, I love that. That's the respect level that I love with these things that are turned into movies, turned into stage. Also
a shout out to the new character they've made for the show, which was like Madeline's like PA, bear with, Josh Lehman.
Yeah.
A new character, so it's not in the movie, but it does. He was great, really, really funny, and I think it adds some. The thing about it is, because the show has been written for gay men, I feel like they've made sure to have a gay voice in there that isn't a straight man or women. They're like, oh, we also need to have like the voice of a gay man in here just to like reinforce that like this is what this is. So I thought Josh was a lovely addition in that.
Oh, so funny.
You know what I mean? And he represents probably like 90% of the audiences that are coming to watch it in the first place. So good. Every department has smashed it out of the park here, folks.
The costumes, again, they're so respectful to the film. I love that. I loved her outfit, you know, the falling down the stairs outfit.
Yeah.
That was like a replica of Meryl Streep's.
And also, I mean, they've done a really good job of adapting it for the stage, because I have watched it when movies have been adapted into musicals and there's been no adaptation. They've just tried to take the movie and point blank put it on a stage. There have been a lot of changes to it, but none of it feels clunky. It all feels really seamless. It has been updated to modern day in the sense that they do have iPhones, and you know, in that scene where she pays for the potion, she says Venmo okay rather than check. But it's like tiny wee things like that where it's just really seamless and nothing's clunky in any way. Yeah, it's different, but in a way that works perfectly for Broadway.
It's amazing.
So good. We're going back to see it in a couple of nights, and I'm actually really glad, because in all honesty, I think I was actually just a bit overwhelmed being there, because I feel like we first of all waited our whole life for this to happen. Like when people would ask me, what movie do you want to see on stage, from I was really young, I just said Death Becomes Her. And the fact that it was Megan Hilty, who have been like a lifelong fan, and Jennifer Simard, like, I couldn't quite fathom that I was there in the first place. I was a bit overwhelmed by the whole thing.
When Megan Hilty came out, I was a bit like...
Yeah, and there was almost like a struggling to be present, because I was like, this doesn't make sense that I'm here. I shouldn't be allowed to be here. So I'm really glad that we're going back in a couple of nights, because I feel like I can take more in this time round. Death Becomes Her on Broadway.
Go see it if you're here, or if you're making a journey. Please go see it.
Highly recommend. If you just want to have a good night's crack,